What's up, guys? We're here at Emergence Studios. We got the barbers right here, the best of the best here in the Valley. What we're doing today is we're going to be interviewing a director, a producer, a cinematographer, a stud. His name is Timothy Chavez. Everybody. So we're going to take this conversation while we're getting a haircut, make it a little unique.
How to get blessed by hobby right now.
That's good. Thank you, guys. All right, man. Okay, so Tim.
What's up, dude?
Dude, what's going on, man?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Let's start off with how, because obviously you're a videographer, you're a producer, director. How did you get into that?
I've been doing it since I was like 14, dude. When I was little, I used to play like a lot with Legos, like when I was like 10, 12.
Nice.
And an uncle of mine, I would like record me playing with them and shit.
Yeah.
Can I curse on here? I can.
Yeah, do whatever you want.
All right. So I would record it, and then I showed my uncle one time, and he's like, "Yo, you should do like stop motion." And then I looked into it, and I found like this like YouTuber where he would like use VFX and like composite like the minifigures and stuff. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And it was like my first like exposure to like videos, I guess, in general. So from there I got like my first camera and stuff. And I realized how expensive everything was.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, like then I started like at 14, I was cold calling like businesses, like pitching them like $100 videos, and I would like come in, shoot a video for them and stuff. That was pretty cool. And that's
how old were you when you started doing that kind of stuff?
I was 14. Yeah.
No, but when you started doing videos for other people, still 14?
Yeah, 14. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Where were these videos? Yeah, where were these videos you were doing? Like, where were they located?
Yeah, some of them are still up. One of them went out of business.
Is it the one with the pool?
The pool?
Is it like in a pool? In the pool or something?
I don't remember that one. But I did do a couple stuff for restaurants. One of them, the restaurant's still going, but the original owner passed, unfortunately.
Oh no, man.
But yeah, dude, I was just at 14 just doing it, and at 17, I got a job at a marketing agency. I worked there for 2 years, and then now I'm doing my own thing.
That's
now I got
super
my own business.
cool. Okay, so let me ask you, what's your favorite part about creating? Being a creator. What's your favorite part about it? And then I want to know what's one of your least favorite parts about it.
Like pros and cons?
I like telling cool stories. Like every time I'm walking around, I just like everyone has their own complex story that you'll never know, just because they walk past you on the street. But just getting to know different people, like I always wanted to work like different jobs. And people always would tell me like, oh, yo, like that's not possible. You know what I mean? But I feel like now I can experience different people's lives while filming content for them. So it's like, for instance, like if I were to shoot like stuff about like a barber shop, I would learn things about the barbering world that like the average person wouldn't even know, or like running a restaurant, or, a professional football player, all this stuff. You get little insight onto their lives, and I feel like you can experience little nuggets of each one of them, and not only experience it but also tell it so other people can experience it too.
And then what is something that you find that is like you didn't know what would be an aspect of video that you figured out doing it for a while now?
And the business side, for sure.
The business side.
Because when I was working for that marketing agency, it was all just like, hey, let's make a fun video, like this will be cool, this will perform well. But then now that I own my own business, it's like, okay, how can we make the business more money? Every business is money in, money out. It's like they're investing into you, and they are expecting a return on that investment, whether it be with overall just like awareness of the brand, or like physical sales and like people walking through the door. So that's like the biggest thing that's changed like recently. But it's always fun. It's like I've been somewhat a part of the business side since 14, so it's like it's just another aspect of the business.
That's crazy, man. Because like we talked a little bit before this, but like I've only been doing this for like 2 or 3 months, and so like when you came in here and you had all your gear, I'm like, dang, like that's crazy. Like, because I have some gear, but not like all these C stands that you got. And so like for me, it's like an eye opener to like, yo, man, like there's still levels to be achieved in this thing.
Yeah, and
You know what I
even
mean?
with this, like this is like basic. It's not even a full kit, honestly. Like there's people in Fresno too that they have way crazier stuff. It's like there's definitely levels to it, but I guess the main reason why I want all that gear is just to be as self-sufficient as possible. Like
Yeah.
I pull a lot of favors when I do things, and just being more self-sufficient help pay it forward. Like if anyone, like any close friends wants to use this, it's like by all means, you know. It's just like just being that person that I wish I had when I was coming up I feel is the most important thing.
That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. No, like even you offering me to use your gear, man. I mean, that was super cool.
Yeah,
It was
dude.
like, oh yeah, it was awesome. Like it was like, because you never know somebody, and so like you doing that, you know, it shows.
Money is
Your,
memory, man.
you,
Yeah.
That's people.
but yeah, it shows your character in a way, right? Where like you're willing to be helpful in an area like that. So that was cool, man. Honestly, I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, dude.
But let's go into the video you did, the movie, the short film that you did called, what was it called
No,
again?
the Mule. The
The
Mule.
Mule, which
That
was
was
which
crazy.
was fantastic. I want to give a
Yeah,
shout
thank you,
out
dude.
to the only people I know of is Frames by Frisbee, who was the director of
Yeah, the DP. Yeah, director of photography.
photography.
Dude,
Right?
he killed
Amazing
it, bro.
work.
He killed it.
Awesome. Inspired me to want to do something. So
That's
explain
good.
to me the process of you doing that. I want to know. Let's dive deep into it. So, the process of you writing the script, the process of you hiring the DPs. How do you go about that?
Well, so it was kind of crazy because I had met Aaron maybe like a week or two before that the whole like Mule thing even came up, and I met him at the creator event that he threw. Also, if you guys are from Fresno, you guys should definitely.
I
come
heard
to
about
that.
it. Yeah.
We're throwing one pretty soon. It's in the talks right now. We're trying to set a date, but
I'll
should
send
be
you a
lot
clip of
fun.
this so that you can put it on your social.
Bet, dude, bet. And maybe like a week after I met him, a week or two, he called me and he was like, "Yo, like, there's this crazy film competition coming up. It's like, he's like, we should do it." And I was like, "Yeah, let's think about it. Let's see how much like things would cost, and like let's make it happen." We sat down to like figure out like a concept or like a story for the film, and that day we sat down, it was 21 days until the due date. So essentially, from its conception to when we actually like it was done and edited and everything was 3 weeks. So I like wrote it in like a week.
What was the inspiration behind it though?
It was
Do you have family members that are or something? Like, you know, like is there a connection there or no? It's just
I mean, I guess just like heritage. I just wanted to make like a Hispanic story.
which is awesome.
And
That's my
just,
heritage too, just in case people don't know. Yeah, I'm not clowning on Mexicans.
There's no like films about that as well. Like if you really look at like all like the new movies, there's no Hispanics. That's all.
I know, bro. That does get me upset. Where's the Hispanic representation?
it's not a good representation, but they're drug mules that they're moving a package across the border, and
Later, Ricky.
later, dude. And little do they know, it's actually the chupacabra.
La chupacabra.
Yeah, that chupacabra. So then it breaks out and all that, and it's only a 5-minute short. Honestly, if it was like 15, 20 minutes, it'd be a little better.
I'll put a link in the description too.
Yeah, thank
Whoever's
you.
watching.
It was I really try to make it like I didn't want to make it a soulless project, because a lot of stuff that people put out, it looks good, you know, but it's like there's no soul to it. You can't like really empathize with the characters because there's nothing to them. There's no good, there's no bad, there's no contrast to it. So essentially, like with one of the guys, he's like, it's his last ride. You know, he finally saved up enough to take his family like to the United States.
Yeah.
And then this other guy, you know, he has like a daughter, and he's you can tell there's a little bit more to him,
Yeah.
but he doesn't really express it. And you know, he has some sort of a moral compass. Bro, Javi's blessing me, bro.
Looking
Javi's
fresh.
blessing me.
I want to see them.
And you can kind of see it him develop as a character throughout the rest of the film. So it's not as much about the chupacabra, unfortunately, about the short, but it's a cool character arc that the way I approached it was like, this is a real person. They were doing things before this movie even started, and they're gonna live their lives after this movie ends. You know, so it's just like kind of treating them as a real human.
So, okay, explain to me, how do you go about first hiring for the roles? Like, did you have already people in mind? Did you have buddies that were like, yeah, you know, I feel like you, yeah, like I feel like you fit this role or whatever. Yeah, like how was that?
I did have one actor that was down. I worked with him in the past, and then honestly, just reaching out to like people that I already know, like people that were down. The first people that I reached out to were actually busy just because of how short of notice the film was. But just like the cool thing about having a good network is that they also have a good network themselves. So it's like I probably got like 3 gaffers that were interested in the gig, and then I would legit check them with like everyone I knew. It's like, hey, how is this guy? Is he good? How is he on set? He's a good work ethic. And Gravir, which is someone I also worked with pretty recently too, I heard like nothing but good things from him, and he owns all his gear too. So it's kind of like you save a little bit money on there.
That's awesome,
dude. He's super talented, and
shout out to Gavir.
shout out Gravir. Yeah,
Hopefully I can meet him one day.
he's gonna potentially be working on this like infomercial gig that we got. So hopefully by Thursday I'll know if it fell into place.
Oh, cool, man. So okay, so we talked about the script writing. We talked about the actors, right?
Yeah.
Now, how do you go about directing an actor? So like, let's say they're doing something that you kind of aren't vibing. Like, how does that process work?
I feel like the best way, like I feel like every artist hates to be micromanaged. Like I feel like everyone who really is an artist kind of is an artist somewhat because they don't want to work for the man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just allowing them that creative freedom to do what they do best is essential, because like, for instance, like I told Gravir like, hey, this is what I want. And you know, he included some things that were his own splash of color, you know, and it's like it looked great, you know. It's like I'm gonna let him do his thing. Same thing with Aaron, you know. It's like Aaron had his own vision with it as well, and he ran with it, you know. And I feel like the quality of
It looked awesome. It looked really good.
yeah, the quality of it just kind of speaks for it. But with actors, just kind of getting them in that headspace, talking to them about the character. The only person that should know more about that character is the actor. You know, the director kind of points them in the right direction, but at the end of the day, the actor is that person. You know what I mean? So just like allowing them to even explore their own interpretation of it too. Like for instance, like the main character played by Raul, it was supposed to be some like macho guy that like doesn't really say much, but he's doing his own thing. But
That's the driver, right? That was the driver?
The driver, yeah.
Yeah.
And he ended up taking it more of like a degenerate route, which I thought was way, way better. Like a degenerate asshole route. And dude, 10 times better. Like better than what I would have even imagined it. And that was only because I allowed the actor to, do his thing, you know?
No, that's awesome, man. Okay, so, but like, okay, let's say they're doing something that you're not vibing with. Let's say they're going about a certain thing. How do you go about correcting somebody without like them getting offended?
Yeah, I would just say like just being being supportive of it. If it's something that they're like, hey, like, I want to do this, like, can I do this? I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's do it. You know, it's like we have time. In a bigger set, you'd probably run that through the AD, but I mean, I just that's something I personally I like to do. But then if I'm not really vibing with it, I still get what I need to get to. So it's like, yo, that was really great. I think we got enough takes of that. Let's try this approach now too. And then after they do something that I like, just that positive affirmation where it's like, hey, you're doing a good job. Or if they, some people get nervous too, and then they'll hiccup on their lines and stuff and say, hey, don't worry about it, man. Like, you're doing a good job. It's like, you're doing great. Like,
Boost them up to
yeah,
feel better about
yeah,
themselves.
calm their nerves. Yeah, because it's yeah, like standing behind the camera, it's kind of easy to judge actors, or it's like, bro, just like say your fucking line, But it's like, standing in front of the camera, dude. It's crazy. It's like all the lights are in front of you, a bunch of people are staring at you. It's like it's really nerve wracking, and that's why a lot of the best directors are actually actors themselves. I'm not an actor, so I can't really say much on that end, but I can understand like the nerves that they have, while they're filming. So it's like just calming them down, creating a good environment for them to just do them, really.
That's
Now,
sorry.
so go. What's up?
I was gonna say because that's how like that dude from Key and Peele like made those 3 movies and like popped off really good because he was an actor and
Yeah.
he did it himself.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's a better move for actors to do their own movies and shoot their own movies, or do you feel like somebody that has the idea of shooting a movie should direct it, or should you have an actor that sees the vision and do it, and then actually let them direct it?
It's kind of tough to say. I feel like if you're not getting a lot of work and you want to like put yourself out there, by all means, like film your own stuff. I feel like that's the best thing to do. As a director too, I need to be better at this. Just like making like spec ads, which is like fake commercials, but it just shows what you can do. Just putting yourself out there. I feel like that would help. But yeah, I feel like it just all depends on like the end result. Some people just want to be actors. Some people want to be directors, and it doesn't hurt to do some acting. I think I've acted in like I have acted in a couple commercials, but it's like nothing crazy. It's like I'm not a good actor. Like I was
Come
doing
on, man.
the
Don't do that to yourself.
I was doing the what's it called? We were doing auditions for the role, and like it was so bad. Like I was saying the lines and I was like trying, but it just sounded terrible. And then when we did the 2 actors, like a test run through of the script, it sounded like 10 times better than what I even imagined it could be.
Don't do that to yourself, bro.
I know there's certain things like I know I'm never gonna play in the World Cup. I know I'm not gonna be an actor. It's like it is what it is.
No, that's cool, man.
It is really cool.
So, okay, do you have any projects? Do you have any other projects that you got coming up that are similar to the Mule?
Honestly, no. I feel like what I need to work on now is just more spec ad work. I want to make a credit card commercial, and I want to make like some sort of like maybe like a Lululemon commercial or something. Just like it's like a spec ad, nothing too crazy, but like the only thing is they're kind of expensive. They'll cost like maybe $3-4 grand, and it's kind of a lot right now. So
say if you got your actors right, say like me and Eddie, because me and Eddie always shop at Lululemon.
yeah.
What if you got us as like actors for you and just showing off like the clothing to like just like make it less expensive? Like, would that be a better effect for you, or would it
Yes and no. That could definitely work, but I feel like with like the businesses I want to work with here, they're gonna be throwing in like 10-20 G's into like a commercial.
Yeah.
Where it's like you kind of want to show like more higher budget like stuff where it's like you're gonna need like 5 people on set, and obviously like I shouldn't move like the goalpost too far where it's like I need to spend $5 grand to like make stuff for my portfolio. Yeah. Obviously, like when I put out even reels, even like I'll try to put a lot of effort into ones that I really enjoy to like show them off. But I feel like with more commercial work, if you want to get into that, like one being on set, and then two just like putting money into like spec ads and just like showing people like what you can do. Like for instance, like the Mule, like I probably like Aaron and I we spent probably upwards of like 3-4 grand on it, but I've made like close to 4 grand from that. Not through the film itself, but like just from people talking like, but yeah, just about it, where it's like, oh, yo, Tim put this out. This looks really good. Like, let's hire him. Like, for instance, like when I was on set the other day, like a bunch of people that I've never met before, they're like, oh, I follow you on Instagram. Like, I saw your stuff. Like, it looks really good. And it's like, it was a cool feeling just like seeing that people appreciate the work that you put out, and that honestly, like, even though it feels like no one's talking about you, a lot of people are talking about you. Yeah, for
especially
sure.
like under the breath sometimes too, because some people will, like, I don't know, like some people hate, some people don't, but at the same time, the ones that do love your work will come up to you and be like, dude, that show's fire.
Oh,
And
yeah.
like the ones that do really care about your work, they'll be like, hey bro, I have some criticism to do or to tell you, you know, and then that's when you're like, all right, let me learn what the fuck they gotta tell, you know.
Yeah.
No, that's super cool. So, who are some people you look up to in the filming in the world, whether it be directors or actors? What is it that you draw inspiration from?
I feel like I'm not really interested in like making movies or anything. I feel like I like the commercial world more, just because like movies take like years to make, and like commercials you can pump them out like every month, and it's like on to the next thing. But I feel like people I draw inspiration from would be like local guys, like
You got any names?
Grant Portner's pretty good, amazing, super local guy, yeah.
Shout out to Grant.
Shout out Grant. Mauricio is really talented too.
Shout out Mauricio.
That guy is insane with wide angle lenses, dude. Like, he's from Chile, and he actually moved out here. He's working for a production company called Blair Media. They're pretty good too. Just like, yeah, local guys. Jordan, he's pretty good too. He just went to not just went to, but last year he went to Art Basel in Miami, and he filmed stuff for Cartier. So that it's like just like cool stuff like that. Like I guess local guys is who I look up to, really, and just like seeing the work that they put out, and just like being critical to my own work and being like, okay, like I gotta be that good. You know what I mean?
I feel like too, though, like as a creative, like you never think your work is, like anytime I've done something, I've always been like, I could have done better. Like afterwards, right, in post, in editing, I'm like, I could have done this, I could have done that. Like, man, and beating yourself up. And I don't think, like, unless you do creative work like that too, that you don't really know, right? Like, for instance, when you give a client like a wedding video,
Yeah.
they're gonna love it no matter what.
Yeah.
Most
yeah.
of the time,
Yeah.
right? Unless they're super picky. But do I need to be quiet?
No, good.
Okay. But they're gonna love it no matter what. But as a creative, like for myself, it's like I see all the errors I made. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
my eye has been adapting to the filming, right?
Yeah.
And so like I feel like as a creative, having that like that mindset of like I could always do better is probably like one of the best things you could have. Do you know what I mean? Like I could always like there's always that next thing like no, like yeah it's good, but I could do better. It's good.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I have really bad imposter syndrome. So it's like I'll like put out something and a bunch of people will say, yo, that's good. And then like I'll look at someone else's work and I'll just be like, dude, I'm not shit, dude. I am not shit.
Hey, but don't you think that? But that's good though, because you're being critical of yourself. This is how I see it, because I think I have the same mindset in the sense of like I think other people do really really good work. You know, and there's levels above like, oh, I'm looking fresh. Thank you. Ooh, fine. But no, but you know what I mean? Like that means that you know that there's improvement, and there's always room for improvement. Always.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I mean, this is kind of how I process it. Like somebody who thinks that they're it already, right? It's like, well, then you're not going to grow anymore because you think you're done. Does that make sense or no?
Yeah, I can get behind that. I just feel like it's sometimes a little discouraging too, where it's like, for instance, I shot this like sneaker expo event, and I'm trying to edit this like recap video, and I got like actively pretty frustrated about it, and I was like, oh my god, like this is not good, you know. I was being very critical about it, and like I would say about like 90% of the content that I pushed out on it, because I don't know, I felt like it wasn't like my best, and even and then I put it out, I like put as much love into it as possible, and I think in total, like out of those videos, like I probably got upwards of like 150, like 200K views off of it. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's even. I feel like that what you're saying is really good to a certain extent, but also like still seeing those results and still thinking like, man, I could have done better. I feel like is where it could go wrong, because you're not happy for where you're at right now too.
Yeah, there's a balance for sure. Yeah, I wouldn't say to just be in that mindset constantly, but it's important to have it. I feel like it's important to have a sense of like, you know, there's improvement, there's room for improvement, but also being confident in your work too. There's a balance to that. No,
I
for sure,
agree.
100%.
The same thing goes for barbering as well, especially like if you're really educated and you well know about like hair and like styling. There's always a point where you're like, fuck, I could have done that a little bit better, or fuck, I could have like textured it a little bit better, or like, damn, I could have blended it a little bit better. But then that's when you think to yourself, you're like, all right, next cut, when he comes through, I'm going to ace that. Like, I'm going to try to ace it as best as I can, put as much as love as I can. Might come out the same way, but then again, you're telling yourself, yeah, I can do better, and I can feel better about what I do about it. And if I do put more effort into it, I feel way more better about myself. And for them, it's even better for them, because then they'll be like, oh shit, like what do you do different? And I'm like, well, you know.
No, yeah, I completely agree. Just like trying to level up as often as possible. That's like, I recently got this, like the flag and the diffusion. I got that like on Saturday.
Oh, really?
And bro, game changer, dude.
Yeah, you soften up that light.
Yeah, soften up that light. Like for instance, like I think the day after I got it, I was filming stuff outside. I have an ND filter on a matte box, and it was still like super harsh. And I was like, oh wait, I forgot I had this. I took it out, and it was like super soft. It looked great. And like, I feel like just like, I don't want to say like gear makes your work look better, but it definitely helps. I feel like you shouldn't rely on it, but
helps. Yeah.
little things like diffusion or like just little like knickknacks and stuff will definitely up the quality for sure.
So, okay, now let's transition into, I want to transition into your strategy for coming with clients. Not even your strategy, but like what advice would you have for somebody who's like starting off in the video production industry? Like what is something like, okay, to get started, you should definitely do this?
I would say your reputation's like the number one thing, because a lot of people, it doesn't matter like if you're good or not. If you got a good reputation and you say what you're gonna do and you do it, I feel like you could be the best person in Fresno, but if like you don't got a good rep, it's like you're not gonna get very far. Or a good personality, that too.
No one wants to work with an asshole, you know. Sorry, my language, but
Yeah.
it's true. Like you don't want to work with someone that's
Because guess what? Yeah, you know what? You know. Let me make a little quick look. When you deal with the Lord, forgive me, whoever's listening, forgive me, but when you deal with an asshole, that means you got to deal with a lot of shit. Oh, that was pretty good.
That's hard right there. You gotta clip that. You gotta clip that.
I know. I'm not gonna post that. but that was pretty good, huh? Hey,
Yeah.
Come on, show me some love, Vandy.
Oh, that show's fire. Oh, Andy.
My hands out. All right, I'll take
Hey,
it.
I got a question for you, Kevin.
What's up?
Well, what made you do what you do, the photographer and stuff?
Well, what I like doing is being creative, meeting people though. So my job I had prior was I was a Class A driver,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm an extrovert for sure, 100%. I love talking to people. I love talking to people. I get energy being around people. So my job I had prior, I was a Class A driver, meaning I was by myself in a truck,
Yeah, that's
just like
It's-
just
well,
always.
for
And
you. It wouldn't be a good
so
fit.
I hated it so much, man. And for 3 or 4 years, I was doing that job. And I remember like one day I was delivering fertilizer, which is just pretty much crap. and I got it all over my body. And I remember I was like, I'm literally like tired of this S word. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
figuratively,
quite literally.
yeah, but and literally too. And so like, what I did was I like, okay, what thing do I like to do? Well, I like video. My cousin was into weddings. He does really well in the wedding industry, and so he invited me to go second shoot for him, and that whole thing started a thing of me just doing weddings for a while, and then finally I started transitioning into like businesses. But I do it because I love talking to people. I love meeting people, and video is just a way of me getting to know people. Like you network like crazy when it comes to talking. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So that's why I like it. I love being around people.
So you guys both like being people person, right?
Oh, I'm a people person for sure, bro. Unless you can't tell. But I love talking. I love messing around. I don't take myself too seriously. It's fun.
That's good. I'm terrified to shoot weddings, dude.
Have you ever done
I'm
it?
terrified. I've done like 2.
So, bro, like, it's crazy because, like, okay, the market I'm in, I'm not in a really expensive market, but the market my cousin's in, like, he's in the luxury market. So he shot a wedding for this guy. He's an accountant for Tesla, and so like, it's crazy, bro. Like, we went to a wedding. I remember we were in Sacramento. And we went to a diner near Sacramento. It was like right next to the Capitol building. Mm-hmm. And I remember like we go in and he's like, yeah, they want to do their like it's like a rehearsal thing.
The rehearsal dinner. Yeah.
Yeah, the rehearsal dinner.
It's crazy.
They wanted to do it. They wanted to get video of it. So I'm like, okay, but we're going into like a fancy restaurant. I'm like, it's gonna be kind of awkward. Like, we have our cameras, you know. It's like other people are gonna. Yeah. But what happened is like we get there. He's like, oh, go downstairs. We go downstairs and they have this room, bro, bigger than this. It's bigger than this office right here. I mean, the shop. And they literally rented out the whole thing by themselves, had a private dinner and all that stuff. And I remember I was like, there's levels to this thing, bro. There's levels to life, because I'm like, this fool rented out this whole, and you know it has to be expensive because it was right next to the Capitol building.
Yeah, those places, they got like minimums too, where you have to spend like X amount.
Exactly, bro. So and I talked to the guy. He was super cool, but he was telling me like how he works with Elon Musk, and like he's like just talking about him and stuff, and it was very interesting. Mm-hmm. But yeah, weddings can be very intimidating, bro. They can, but they can't. Once you do it, it's like doing production that you do, right? Like,
I feel like it's scarier to be on out shooting a wedding than it is on set.
Well, there's no
dude.
reshoots. That's the only.
Yeah,
thing.
there is no reshoots. That's it. You miss the walking down the aisle. You're done, bro. It's like that's it. Or my biggest fear is like my SD card gets full like right when she's walking down. Or my focus is just slightly soft, or
honestly,
my battery dies.
Weddings for me now, because I've done it. I second shoot with my cousin. I don't know if you heard of Maris Films.
Who?
Maris Films.
Oh yeah, I've heard of him.
Yeah, so that's my cousin, and so I go. I was second shooting for him, and I was editing for him, and all that. And so weddings for me is not intimidating.
Yeah, I bet you editing would be pretty chill though. I would edit a wedding film.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And then I don't know if you know my cousin. I'm gonna just name drop right now. But Jessica Gomez Photography. Have you heard of her?
I haven't heard of her yet. No.
Oh, she's pretty well known in the valley. But anyways, yeah. So that's why I started doing it. I just love people. I love meeting people, man. Like even us having a conversation, like it's cool. I didn't know you like 2 weeks ago. I didn't. You know what I mean?
You know what?
I can hear you. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I didn't know you 2 weeks ago is what I said.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? But like now we have a conversation. Now I probably talk to you more than like most people talk to you. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
and we're actually having like a convo, which is dope.
No, it is pretty cool.
Super cool.
It's cool what the internet can do too. Like, I've met plenty of people like through Instagram where it's like we're cool on Instagram and stuff, and then we see each other in person. It's like we click immediately. It's like I feel like Instagram is insane. Like how much opportunity there is on Instagram, how many people you can meet. Like, I think, it's I've made thousands of dollars through Instagram, and it's just
Oh,
all
dude,
because
that's
of
crazy.
just networking and random people following you. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and so that's why I kind of wanted to start doing this. Is like I wanted to start building on my YouTube, like whatever it is I'm doing, like because YouTube is also a different avenue. You know what I mean? Like if for one, you can put your portfolio there, and then you can keep track of like if you put your projects on there, you can see your growth in real time. You know what I mean? So it's like that's just cool.
No,
Yeah.
it's true, because, like, you go on my IG, you can see how when I first started in the garage.
Exactly.
And it went from school, it went to a different barber shop, it went to this shop. Like, it just goes a pattern. And I show people, I'm like, bro, just show your effort before, because it's like it shows your growth, how many years you've done, you know, because you see the progress.
I mean, especially if there's new people that go into your page, they'll be like, "Fuck it, let's just go all the way down and see what happens."
Yeah.
Literally, I have like probably like over 100 posts now, so it's like you gotta slide under, you know. And it's kind of crazy too, because like if you're keeping on sliding, you're more attractive, or they're more attracted to you because your work is like out there. And they see like all the good shit, and then when they go down, they're like, "Damn." Like this motherfucker did not know how to cut hair, and then looking at it now, like after like what, probably a good couple of years, bro, it's like a different ball game for all of us, because it's like one, all this shop does is go learn, and two, we're not stopping to learn. It's like we literally go in, come in, get some new haircuts. Sometimes there'll be new clients, and we're like, "Dude, like, how'd you find us?" And they were like, "Oh, IG." Or if not, just down the street, we're just walking and they're like, "Dude, that shit's a clean ass cut. Like, I wanted one, you know?"
Yeah.
And we're like, "Bet, just come in." Like,
Yeah,
whenever.
that's honestly how I found you, Eddie, and Javier, like all in different instances where it's like I was just walking down the street and I saw Javi cutting like a nice cut, and I was like, "Yo, what's your Instagram?" And then I already knew you at that time too. I didn't even know he was your brother, and then randomly I saw someone with cool hair and I asked, "Oh, like who cut your hair?" And it was Javi. So it was like, just that's pretty cool. You guys are definitely putting out really good work. Like one of my friends came in because he's like, "Yo, my barber broke his wrist," and it was his main wrist that he cuts hair with.
Yeah, bro.
And then he was like, "Not gonna lie, bro, that was probably one of the best haircuts I've ever gotten." Like, he's like, they like section off your hair, and he's like, my hair was uneven. Now it's all like growing out nice and stuff. It's like, it's definitely like a more elevated haircut for sure.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, like some people, like sometimes, well, I seen this video yesterday on Instagram where it was this dude talking about, oh, like if you want, say like some dude, like, say you're posting long hair, but he was like, "I'm not trying to attract no hippies though." And I was like, what the heck? That's your money though. Like, why would you want to like say that out loud and be like,
Yeah, you're
and then
ready.
yeah, and then like mainly the people that do see you is hippies, like hipsters, or if not older people, and they'll be like, "All right, then I'm not trying to go to that guy. He probably just hates on like, older people, you know, or like younger people." Although like I'm trying to make my money, and especially like I'm trying to like meet new people. Like how Kevin says, it's better to meet new people and to see new stories, because once you see that story, then you're like, "Damn, maybe it went to my life. Like it hit me back to my life, and like their story hit me, and I'm like, yeah, that could have like helped me out throughout like back then or something, you know?"
Oh, yeah.
But, like it's like now that you're in my chair, say it's like Kevin's new. He's like telling me all his story, telling me like, "Oh yeah, like I came from this and I came from that." I'm like, "Damn, bro, like that's clean, like good shit, you know?" And it makes me feel better because like I'm helping him now, making him look good and making him style himself better. So it's like he's making himself look better too on just purchasing a better cut, you know?
Oh,
Some
yeah.
people can go for a low number haircut or a low price haircut, get the same fade probably, but on the top, you'll probably get it chopped off. And
Yeah.
he'll be like, "Damn, I gotta just keep on staying with like Andy or like the Emergence squad, because even if you stay in here, we're still gonna give you the same, but different haircut, just because we are different people, and it's not gonna be like, oh yeah, Andy cuts the same as Bandy, or Andy and Eddie cut the same, so let's just go to him. Like nah, we all cut the same because we all learn off of each other, and especially like if we're in the shop doing haircuts, doing longer length, and doing fades, like we're all gonna learn off each other.
Come on.
And that's when we were just like, yeah, that's how we get better. And if he wants to like skip out on me for 1 week, bet, Go to Vandy. Go to Hobby. Go to Eddie.
No, I'm never gonna betray you. I'll never betray you.
Yeah, right. He went to Vandy one time.
No,
Because
I've
you
gotten
couldn't. You
I've
said
gotten my hair
you didn't
cut
want to cut
by
hair.
by
You're sick. Remember, you're like, oh, I'm on vacation, but I needed my haircut.
Oh, actually, I was sick. Yeah,
That's right,
That
bro.
was.
Come on.
But like I said, but yeah,
I'm a loyal guy.
but yeah, like I said, bro, it's literally that's the point of view of having clientele loyal to you and always trusting your word instead of like trusting their own word and be like, I'll just go to another shop. Like fuck it. Like Andy's not there, might as well just go to another shop. Like nah, bro, stay in the shop. 'Cause
Yeah.
if you're staying in the shop, one of them are gonna be like, oh, what happened to Andy? I'm gonna be like, well, he's sick. I got you right though today. We cut the same. We do the same thing. We learn the same things. It's just a same demeanor on everything.
Yeah, I remember there's been a couple times where I walk in and I was like, hey, I need a cut, and it's like it's really rare to go to a barber shop and trust any one of the barbers with your hair. So it's like no, like I've probably gotten my hair cut by every one of you guys at one point in time, and like never left disappointed.
You know what though? I have a hard time letting Javi cut my hair though. I'm gonna be honest.
Dude, Javi's got the texturing skills, bro. He'll make it happen.
I don't know. There's something about Javi. I just
my
don't
hair
trust
is so
him. I don't
straight,
know.
and he makes it look good.
Make you look like a 10 instead of 6.
All right, look, hey.
That's fake.
All right, so we're at 42 minutes, so we're gonna go through a quick. I just want to do just a quick round, just fire some questions at you,
Let's do it.
then
I'm pretty much done.
How about
Yeah.
the? Go ahead.
okay. So, well, what were you gonna say? Come on. What were you
No,
gonna say?
what were you gonna say? I was gonna say you bring up 5 topics and I'll give you one word on each one.
That's what I was gonna.
All right, bet.
All right, but I want to know. Okay, if you had $1 million right now,
Yeah,
what would you do with it?
I get a house.
Get a house?
I get a couple houses. I get like some multi-units and stuff.
Oh,
That's what
okay.
I'm working on right now. I'm trying to get in a multi-unit like by next
So
year.
you're trying to get into the real estate.
Yeah, just like as another form of income. Like it's just like my end goal is to just like chill, and just like if I could wake up, surf, and eat some Hawaiian barbecue, you know, that's life right there. That's me.
Nice, bro.
Okay, we're gonna have to live that dream.
Come on, let's do it.
Let's do it.
That's
Okay,
gonna be
what's
me in
your-
April, bro.
What's your favorite genre of music?
Genre of music, I'd say trance music.
Trance.
Yeah, like it's like
What
it's
is
like
that?
it's like a
I've
type
never-
of electronic music. It's like something you could vibe to type stuff.
Ah,
Yeah.
Okay, what's your favorite color?
Blue, like royal, like was it royal blue or
Royal blue?
navy blue? Navy blue.
Okay.
Yeah, like a darker
What's
blue.
what's the best brand of camera?
Sony all the way. Oh, I mean, so okay, it depends. Like Ari, technically.
What's your go-to? Which one's your
Go-to Sony for sure. Like that dual ISO, that low light. I need that.
My Lumix got double ISO.
Yeah.
It just don't have good autofocus.
Yeah, autofocus on Sony's pretty good. Like I can see in the dark with my Sony. Like it's pretty neat.
All right, last question. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready for this last question?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay, favorite type of style shoots to do, whether it be corporate,
Ooh.
like creative.
I'd say sporty, not in the sense of like sports, but just like outdoor activities. Like for instance, I used to shoot for this company that they would make these vans, and it was all decked out like it was like an RV, and then they could go off roading and stuff. And when we'd go to like the beach, we'd go to the mountains, the snow, and we would just film these vans like out in the wild basically. And it was fun. Those are a lot of fun. I feel like outdoor activity stuff is
That's
kinda
cool,
the
man. So
best thing.
sports,
Like
outdoorsy stuff.
yeah, outdoorsy
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
That's cool, man. Okay, dude. So you got anything you got to plug right now? Your socials or whatever it is you're doing. How can people get in contact with you if they're interested in wanting to work with you? Put that all in.
Yeah, dude. My Instagram is TIMBOCHAV. If you guys want to shoot a commercial, if you guys want to shoot anything, hit me up. My number is I was kidding. Just hit me up on Instagram.
Sure,
I'll get back to you. I'm pretty good at that. But yeah, dude, thank you for having me. You
Yeah,
had some
man.
solid questions, like actual solid questions. So
Thank you, bro.
appreciate
This
it.
is my first one, so hopefully I get better at it too. But thank you, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Only at Emergence.
Only at Emergence, bro. If you need a haircut, Come here.
Oh,
they'll
that's
get
right.
You right.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I've been-
Advertising. If you need a haircut and you want to look as fresh as I do or Tim does, make sure you stop by at Emergence. Not only do they make you feel good,
You could pick any barber.
you pick any barber. Which one's the best barber?
Eddie?
Don't do that to yourself.
I'd say Javi, bro. I'd say Javi.
But yeah, so make sure you guys check out Emergence. All right, they make you feel good. They make you look good. I feel like I'm a new person when I come out of here. So yeah, make sure you check them out. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know what you guys thought down in the comments. Make sure you give the approval.
Looks sick, bro. That looks sick.
But all right. Oh, what's up? You guys say something?
I was about to say, I'm not done, so.
Well, I'll show the end in a bit. But all right, guys. Thank you guys for listening. Like I said, subscribe, do all that jazz, and later.
Peace.
Yo, we're right here. We just got our cuts. We just finished the podcast. Let us know what you think. Right here with my man Tim. We're looking fly. Look at Tim. Okay. Look at him fooling himself. That's why you got to come at Emergence, baby. But thank you guys for watching. Seriously, let me know what you thought. You guys take care. Subscribe. You know you want to. Later. Bye-bye.